Who is your favorite fearless hero?
Relax! I am Puss in Boots!
That's right, because you're in the right video today. Hello everyone, KillCal178 here, and welcome back to another video. So for today's video, everyone, guys, here I go. This is my review video of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, the sequel to Puss in Boots 1. So man, oh man, what can I say that is not bad? It wasn't bad at all. This movie was just incredible, guys. I cannot tell you how much I love this movie. This movie was really incredible. It gave us some cameos of the Shrek characters and the fights, the battles, the movie, the emotional scenes. Guys, there is something cool that you are just gonna like about this movie. But also, before I talk about the whole entire movie real quick, this is a spoiler review video, so if you want to watch the movie yourself, feel free to click off this video and go ahead and watch Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. So anyways, let's get on with the review. So what do I think about Puss in Boots: The Last Wish? Well, I just think that movie was incredible. It was just amazing, you guys. I just liked the effects of the movie, the way it was animated, the way it was just, the effects looked, and it was just awesome. The way it was edited and animated, it was just awesome, you guys. And the fights, I gotta say, the first part of the scene where we get to hear Puss saying, Starlight, Starbright, first star I see tonight, and where we get to see him sing "Who's Your Favorite Fearless Hero" song to all of his fans, and we see him fight some bad guys. And let's just talk about that one fight with him and this giant tree monster. I gotta say, the way that scene was fully animated, the way Puss was running and that tree monster was running, the way that it was animated, it kind of gave me vibes to the Spider-Man Spider-Verse movies. Because the way that the tree monster was running and the way Puss was like moving and running too, the way it was just animated and edited, I gotta say, I just like that. It was just very cool. And when Puss was fighting the giant tree monster, when he says, "Hey, you want to see something cool?" and when the tree monster gets hit by this giant bell, and you see all this like yellow effects because the way it got hit, because it was just like that comic book texture, because it's just like the Spider-Verse movies, because this film had some Spider-Verse style to it, because that's why I like about this movie, because it had amazing fights. It had amazing fights, good battles, and great characters overall. And the next scene where Puss also gets hit by the bell, he wakes up at the hospital to see the doctor, and that the doctor reminded Puss that he died, and Puss was saying that's impossible. I'm still alive. I laugh at the face of death. And the doctor told Puss, like, how many times did he die? Well, he died 8 times. And I gotta say, one of those deaths from the montage scene where Puss gets hit, where Puss got ran over by bulls, got killed by dogs, and died from eating shellfish. And also, we get a cameo of one of the Shrek characters. It's the gingerbread man from Shrek, Gingy. It's so good to see him back, because it's also the same voice actor who also voiced the gingerbread man from Shrek. I was just so happy to see the gingerbread man back, because it's very cool to see the Shrek characters get a cameo in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. We get to see the gingerbread man, Pinocchio, because Pinocchio was in that one scene with Jack Horner from his childhood because uh, Jack Horner had a flashback of the way he was singing his song. Like little Jack Horner sat out in the corner and um, um, he uses some and eats pies, and also um, the other people, they go to the different guy, and it's Pinocchio. It's so good to get the cameo of the Shrek characters. We got to see the Gingerbread Man, Pinocchio. It's just so good to see them get a cameo because, and also DreamWorks is also planning another Shrek movie, and I really cannot wait to see that. And also, let's just talk about some of the villains in this movie. This movie has like 3 villains. There's Jack Horner, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and also this villain that I was very familiar with. It's Death. And I gotta say, guys, the way that this movie introduced Death, they introduced him perfectly well. Because I gotta say, guys, this villain, this DreamWorks villain, felt more than just like a fun DreamWorks villain. This villain you would want to be scared of because, as you guys know, I like scary things. I like horror movies. I like scary movies. But when I first watched this movie, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, I was really familiar with the character Death, the wolf. And he was just more than just a fun DreamWorks character. Like the way when you hear his whistle and the way he talks and the way he just like fights Puss, and the way he walks and he's just in the background somewhere and he's just waiting for you. Guys, this character you would want to be afraid of. I wasn't afraid of any like type of DreamWorks villain, but this one I was scared of because, guys, the way you like hear his whistle, it's gonna give you chills. It's gonna give you nightmares. The character Death will give you nightmares. I was just scared of the character Death, and I just really like that character. There's just something about Death that I just really like because he's scary, he's terrifying, and the way that he was trying to fight Puss, and this one scene where he just takes a slash at Puss, and the whole entire scene was just red, and it was just that comic book texture. It's just that comic book texture because the whole entire scene was all red, and after all the red stuff, we see blood running down of Puss's head because he was bleeding because Death took a slash at his head. I wasn't expecting blood in a DreamWorks film. Like, don't take the film too seriously because there's blood. It's just only just dripping blood. Okay, it's not like horror movie blood, but this one had blood. I was getting terrified of the character Death because he smelled fear from Puss. And when we see Puss getting his life flashing before his eyes, we get to see a cameo of Shrek and Donkey and Puss because they were walking, because it kind of reminded me of that one scene where Puss met Shrek and Donkey for the first time in Shrek 2. And yeah, that kind of reminded me of that iconic scene because they were just walking to somewhere. And it's just that iconic scene that you'll love. And we get to meet some new characters and we get to see old characters. We saw Kitty Softpaws from Shrek 1 because that's Puss's partner. And we get to see a new character named Burrito. And I gotta say, the character Burrito, he's just a funny character. He's very sweet. He's just cute. I just really like him. Like, I know lots of people would probably love this character Burrito. He is just a really nice character that you would want to love in a Shrek film because he's just very funny. There's just stuff about him that just makes him funny. He just never heard of Puss in Boots. But when Puss told Burrito all about him, and when we get to this one scene where we get to see Jack Horner. We get to see Kitty Softpaws trying to take the Mac because she was trying to go to the wishing star that they were after, and uh, I don't know, guys. I'm just processing every scene in the movie that I saw, but there's just stuff about the movie that you would just like, and the fights, the battles, and also that would give you references. And also, I wasn't expecting this one reference of the magic carpet in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. That kind of reminds me of something in a Disney film. Does that give you a reference to a Disney movie? I wouldn't tell you guys. You guys would probably know. So, yeah, that's kind of a Disney reference in there. That's just very funny in a DreamWorks film. But anyways, let's just get on with some of the fights. I do like some fights. Let's just start with the first fight from Death and Puss. I gotta say, I really like that fight. It had good Spider-Verse fight because the way it moved, like the way that it was just animated, and that style is that like Spider-Verse style because the way that the characters are just fighting, and it's just that Spider-Verse style, that animated style that you would love in this film. And that's just what I like because I do like the Spider-Verse movies, and this movie I really liked a lot. And there was some emotional scenes that would want to make you cry, and that would be some scenes with Goldilocks and Three Bears because Goldilocks saw her favorite book, and she saw her younger self as a child because that's when the bears first saw her, and then they adopted her, and she wanted to wish for a proper family, and she wanted like a real family instead of bears. And we get to like the most fun part of the movie where we see a reference to like all the Shrek movies, and it's the cute eyes that Puss makes. And yes, I gotta say, I really like the cute eyes. Like it's like Puss has done it like a million times in like all of the Shrek movies. He done it like in the Shrek movies, the stories of Shrek. It's just all of them, guys, and you would probably get references to all of those scenes because Puss, nothing beats out the iconic cute eyes because the cute eyes are just cute because they're just the cute eyes. And Perito, he was trying to do the cute eyes because Kitty Softpaws was trying to teach him how to do it, and she was saying, "Trust me," and he was trying to do the same thing, but he was almost about to get his eye popped out, so he didn't want to like do it too hard. So, he just has to keep trying. And then we get to the most scariest part with Death, meeting Puss again. And I gotta say, guys, this one scene with you see Puss talking to like all of his past lives, his former lives, and I think that's a really cool idea because it's the Cave of Lost Souls, and those souls are Puss's lives, and those souls are the lives of Puss. And when Puss was about to get out, we see Death again in the cave, and I gotta say, guys, I wasn't expecting Death to like whack one of the former lives of Puss, like he just like whacked it immediately, and that just immediately scared me because I got scared quickly, guys, because Death, he is just scary. I wasn't afraid of any DreamWorks villain, but this villain, I was just scared and terrified of Death. You are just gonna love Death in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Trust me, guys, you're gonna love Death. And when we get to the ending scene where Puss, Kitty Softpaws, and Perito fight Goldilocks and Jack Horner, where we see the final fight between Puss and Death, I gotta say, I really like the final fight between Puss and Death. It was just awesome, you guys.
And guys, what I love about the final fight between Puss and Death, I like the part where Death takes two of his sickles and just combines those two together to make one sickle sword. I think that was just a really cool idea they went through in the film Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I like it when Death takes two of his sickles and forms them together as two swords. I really like the final fight between Puss and Death. I really hope Death comes back in Shrek 5 if DreamWorks confirms it themselves. Like, I don't know, guys. I would love to see more of Death. I really hope DreamWorks confirms it that we will see Death again in Shrek 5. Let's just keep our fingers crossed.
And where we see Death finally sparing Puss's life, and then he's telling him to live your life and live it well, and he knows that they'll meet again one day. And then Death goes away and whistles one more time, and that whistle is still going to give me nightmares, because after watching that movie for the first time, I am still scared of Death. And the final battle between Jack Horner, Perito finally did the cute eyes, and those eyes were still cute after all. And then those eyes didn't work against Jack Horner, but Perito's nose also bleeds, and he did that only for team friendship, and that's what he did, because Goldilocks, the Three Bears, and Puss in Boots and Kitty Softpaws fight Jack Horner, and then I just like the final fight of Jack Horner. It was very awesome. I like how the wishing star fully exploded and went up back to the sky. And it was just so cute, guys. It was just very cool. I just liked it. It was very cool and incredible. And I like where the movie also made me cry, where Goldilocks had a proper family, and it's the Three Bears. And Perito, when he told Puss about when he was about to wish for his lives back, he told Puss that maybe one life is enough. And I think he's right. He could just only have one life, because he shared that one life with Kitty Softpaws and Perito. And he doesn't need no 9 lives to be just a legend. He could just only have one. He could just need one. He could just keep this one life just to spend time with friends, just to fight more bad guys in his life. He could just take one, and maybe one life is enough. And he shared that one life with Perito and Kitty Softpaws. And that's not it at the end of the movie. This one final part of the scene where Perito, Puss in Boots, and Kitty Softpaws are on a ship, they're on their way to new adventures, that Puss says. Puss says that they're on their way to find new adventures and to meet some old friends, and they're going to far, far away land. And that's where all the Shrek movies happen, you guys. Far, far away land, that's where all the Shrek movies happen. Shrek 1, Shrek 2, and Shrek 3. All of those movies happen, and I really cannot wait. This is really getting me more excited for more films for DreamWorks. And DreamWorks, they knocked it out of the park with Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. And I gotta say, guys, I give this film a 10 out of 10. But not just a 10 out of 10. This movie deserves an A++. I completely love this movie. This movie was incredible, and this movie was the best movie into the Shrek franchise. And trust me, guys, you're gonna love this movie. But alright, guys, thanks for watching my review of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. If you guys liked it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to join in Kill Crew, and subscribe if you're new, and if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I'm really appreciative of that. But alright, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Have an amazing day, everyone. What was that?